Inbound leads are like liquid gold in the B2B sales world because we spend most of our time finding, pitching, and following up. When someone comes to you, you need to seize the opportunity and get that deal signed. Stay tuned to learn how to close deals on inbound leads quickly with guidance from a real call our head of sales had with a lead. Hi everyone, I'm Jeremy and welcome back to B2B Sales and Lead Generation. Our most recent sales training videos covered how to close deals with outbound prospects, but today is going to be a little bit different because in sales, you'll also be pitching to people who came to you. I'll walk you through some basic skills our head of sales development, Chris, used to turn an inbound lead into a multi-year enterprise deal. And if you need a refresher on inbound versus outbound sales, check out this video listed in the description. All right, let's start with the pitch. Now, I put the pitch in air quotes because when a lead comes to you, it takes a lot of the standard pitching and getting to know your company stuff out of the picture. Inbound leads already know what your product or service is and likely the basics of how it works. So you'll have to do a lot of higher level thinking before you pitch to them. Remember, instead of converting someone who has no idea what you do, you're selling to a business that's already interested and is likely weighing their options. They may have even signed up for a free trial and decided they love the service and are just looking to get some final questions answered. When UpLead's head of sales, Chris, met with a B2B SaaS company decision maker who reached out to us, they were deciding between our service and one of our biggest competitors, ZoomInfo. This meant Chris was convincing the prospect why they should go with us and not them. So reformulate how you would normally pitch during a discovery call. Expect to be asked detailed and well-formulated questions about your product or service and exactly how you'll be incorporated into their business model. Here's what Chris did.
We'll go into the platform and I'll just, the simplest thing to do is just type in the criteria that you're looking for and see what results we get. And then if the results are good, that's awesome. If there's not enough there for you, you can just let me know probably not the right fit or, whatever the circumstance may be. But I think finding out for your criteria what we have is going to be first and foremost.
Now, doing this well requires you to learn everything you possibly can about their company. Do your research so that you can anticipate questions they're most likely to have. Chris is a fast thinker, so it ended up working out, but one area he could have been more prepared in is knowing the types of companies our prospect worked with. As another B2B company, they were looking for a service that would help them find leads in a few specific industries. When Chris shared the UpLead platform with them on screen, one of their first questions was if he could do a search for leads in the emergency dispatch sector. And he actually had to do some Googling live on the call to find a specific code for that sector. And he had a lot of trial and error in finding these leads in our database. Luckily, he figured it out and the decision maker was impressed. But it was a learning moment for how to be more prepared in the future. And if you're finding this video helpful so far, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell so that you don't miss any of our future videos. All right, moving on to the next best practice. When you're meeting with a lead, I can't emphasize enough that you need to let them talk. Giving them the space to talk as much about themselves and their problem as they'd like serves two purposes. Number one, you learn more about them and exactly what they need. This is going to help you tailor your demo to their issues and goals. And number two, when people talk about their problems and desires with someone new, they usually end up building rapport much more quickly. This helps them build trust and a sense of camaraderie because you're listening to them and being empathetic to the issues that they're facing. Plus, once you suss out the vibe, you can even insert some light humor. For example,
I also was going to ask if it's driving you crazy that I've got the earbuds in. Is that the worst thing that you see in the headset industry?
And as we know, in sales, building rapport and camaraderie almost always gets deals done faster. Relax, smile, naturally. Maintain a normal human voice rather than a salesy tone. And even show your own vulnerability if possible, so they feel like you're a real person that they can relate to. Now, let's move on to the next tip, which is something Chris did a lot during his sales call with our prospect. When in doubt, share your screen. Your lead has a question about something your product does, share your screen. They have a concern about how you'll integrate with their company, you guessed it, share your screen. As long as you're prepared, showing instead of telling can immediately squash any doubts that they may have. Like I mentioned, sales is about preparation, so make sure you're prepared for anything they throw at you that you may need to demo live in a screen share. For example, when our prospect asked about pricing plans and was confused about how our credit system worked, Chris took the opportunity to show them our enterprise pricing sheet and walk through each point one by one. If you've shown them the answer to their question and they still express hesitation, ask if there's anything you can do to help them understand. You can even offer a free trial so they can explore things for themselves on their own time. That way they'll get a better feel for your product and won't feel rushed into something they don't fully understand. Now let's talk about the final piece of the inbound sales puzzle. When your lead shows serious interest, offer them deal sweeteners, but be firm that these are only available if they sign by X date and time. For example, this is what Chris said.
If you guys could do a 2-year contract, I can give you a 10% price break, and I will also lock in the additional the additional credit rate of 25 cents per on any additional purchases that you make. If that's something that you guys can get wrapped up today, I'll go get it done.
But this is where preparation comes in again, because you should only offer what you already know you can give them. Get your numbers pre-approved by your company's decision makers, and that way you can entice them to choose you now, and you won't get in trouble with your boss for making a promise that doesn't line up with your ROI. Without showing desperation, be insistent that a decision is made sooner rather than later. Most people will be understanding, and if your deal is strong, they're going to feel motivated to get everything squared away as soon as you need them to. If the deal requires a follow-up call before signing, set a date and time in stone. I talk about how to follow up with leads when you're closing the deal in that video, so make sure to check that out. At the end of the day, you won't always get inbound leads, but with UpLead, you will find accurate outbound leads that convert into high-value sales. You can use UpLead's 50+ search filters to easily target your ideal customer profile. With our sales intelligence features like intent data and technographics, you can pull lists of leads who are actively looking for a solution like yours. Plus, you won't waste any of your valuable time because we have a 95% contact data accuracy guarantee. No bounced emails or out of service numbers, just great data. Head over to uplead.com/YouTube or click on the link below to claim your 7-day free trial with 5 free leads and access to our entire database. We have flexible monthly and annual plans, and if you have a bigger team and need an enterprise plan, just reach out to us using this email, and it's also listed in the description. Stay tuned for our future sales training videos just like this one, and if this video helped you with your next inbound sales pitch, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on the bell so that you don't miss any of our future videos on B2B sales, lead gen, cold outreach, and more. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.